We're here at Wychwood Park in Cheshire to meet cool hand Luke Humphries, fresh from his third title of the year at the Czech Darts Open. How much golf do you play?
Not as much as I actually want to play. You know, obviously darts takes up a lot of my free weekends, so you know, I don't really get to play as much anymore, but I try and get out as much as I can.
Quite good though.
I'm not too bad. I play off 12 handicaps.
Not Nicholson good?
No,
good.
not as good as Paul, but I can hit a good ball.
Absolutely creamed it. How do you assess 2022 so far for you?
I think it's gone a lot better than I imagined, actually. You know, this year my target was to win a title. I think I said that quite a lot. I said it at the World Championships as well to you in an interview. I said, you know, I had these darts that I thought could take me to the next level, win one title, and you know, I'm sat here with three now, so it's going a lot better than I expected.
Well, win one title. You did it in the very first tournament we had on the Pro Tour. I mean, that's automatically one thing ticked off.
Yeah, I felt that my game was getting there on the floor. I sort of stalled a little bit at the back end of last year. You know, I made 3 finals, and then, you know, I had a lot of early exits in the back end. So, you know, I come into the situation this year of I wanted to start off quickly and winning quickly, and I did. And winning that first event, I think it set me up for the year for me to win more titles. And you know, what better way could I start off than to win the first one? First
title on the floor, very first event of the year. But then to back it up on stage in Munich with an astonishing display against Michael van Gerwen in the semi-finals. That's got to be an enormous moment in your career, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it was the biggest and most amazing win of my career. I think it even topped the win in the semi-final of the UK Open because I went on to win it in Munich. You know, I had that great performance against Michael in the semi-finals of the UK Open, and I didn't play bad, but I didn't go on and win the tournament, so it didn't mean as much. Whereas this time, that huge performance against Michael, I went on to win the title, which makes it even more special. So, you know, I was happy that I was able to back that performance up and go on and win the title. And I just seem to, he brings out the best in me, Michael. I don't know what it is. I feel like I can beat him. A lot of players sort of struggle against him. They think about the name more than, you know, just going up there and playing like they can. And I seem to just play like I can up there against him.
All right. Well, if you feel like that playing Michael van Gerwen, the 3-time world champion, you can do that to anybody, can't you?
Yeah, you know, I probably doubt myself more against the, not lesser players, but the lower ranked players than I do the top players. I feel like, you know, when I play the top players, I relax more than I do against, you know, the lower ranked players. And I know how good everyone can be, as good as anybody. But when I play the top players, I just seem to relax, and that's why I'm always in and around saying, you know, I want to be in all the competitions because I believe that's where the big results can come from. So yeah, like it doesn't matter if the top 16. I don't care who I play. You know, I know I got the game to win, and this year's pretty much proved that I pretty much beat most of them.
Well, we're only 48 hours on from another Euro Tour victory in Prague. How many titles can you win this year, Luke?
I think a lot of people sort of say when you get the first, that's when, you know, you can follow the second, and then I did with Munich, and then the third come along. You know, I think it can become a free roll, and it's up to me now, you know, to keep putting in the practice and the dedication to, you know, keep winning, and it's a good feeling. You know, your confidence is high, and I think you'll look at the likes of a lot of players. You know, when Michael went on his run, he was winning everything because, you know, he just didn't stop. And who's to say I will stop here? You know, I'm hoping that I'll go on and win more titles this year, and hopefully a big one. You know, that's the next goal for me is to win a major and put myself up there, you know, in the top echelons of darts.
Okay, I'm actually quite impressed. I know it's so busy being a professional darts player and you're constantly going to different countries. How important is it to have downtime? What do you do with it? Is it mainly golf, or what else do you do?
Well, it is important because you don't want your lifestyle to all be about your job. So it's important to go out and do something a bit different. You know, obviously I'm sport mad. I love every sport, so it's nice to get out, you know, especially in the summer when it's nice and warm, and only when it's going well though.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's see. I cannot express to you how poor you were when we weren't filming this.
I know. Do you know what that is? I love the pressure.
Big game player. I know that you've got this incredible youth record. You're a former world youth champion. You picked up loads of titles playing in the development tour system. But after last year, where it was final, constantly getting runners-up positions, what's the feeling been like picking up your first senior titles? Because the celebrations suggest it was a pretty good one.
Yeah, last year, you know, I think I had 4 finals tonight and all were runner-up, whereas all finals this year have been wins. So, you know, I think it's a little bit. I think the advantage for me now is the experience. You know, when you pick up that first win, you know you can do it. Whereas when I kept losing in the finals, you know, you doubt yourself a little bit. You know, you feel like, can I win one? You know, am I just going to get to the final and not play my best? But the win against Ryan Serwin in the first Players' Championship final, I played a really good game. I think it was the best I'd played in a final, and you know, every title means the world to me. You know, whether it was the development tour or even the one Challenge Tour title I won. Sorry, they just mean the world, and I love the winning feeling. I don't think anything beats it in the world. Once you've won a title, they just don't. I think my win last 2 days ago was the greatest feeling I've ever had in darts. I really do, and it was my third. You'd think the first was, but it just seems to get better and better, the feeling, and that's why I don't want it to stop, and I want to keep winning.
You lost all this weight. How have you done that?
I did a lot of bike training and, you know, intense cardio and eating healthy. That was the two key things, you know, lots of exercise, eating the right foods, and I pretty much honestly didn't have a takeaway for 5 months straight. You know, no bad.
That might be a record in professional darts.
It could be, but I think COVID helped a lot as well. You know, not having to play darts, and you know, it's hard to eat well, so I think that helped quite a lot. And I'm trying to just maintain what I've got now, not to lose any more, but not to put any on.
Happy with that?
Yeah, that's not too bad. Lost a bit of the power, but
I'm in a good place family-wise. I lost a lot of weight, didn't I? And you know, looked after myself. And that, even though I did play brilliant last year, you know, that might have taken its toll. It takes time to adjust to losing weight and stuff like that. And I think also, like you say, you keep making finals. It's going to happen in the end of the day, and you know, it's a lot about Michael Smith, how he does. He'll end up winning one soon. It will happen, and he'll probably open the floodgates for him. And I think that's what's happened for me. You know, you get that first win, and it just gives you the confidence. It breeds confidence, and you're able to go on and win more. And I just think I've got myself head-wise in a good place as well. It's all these little things that, you know, people don't realise that you have to get right to be a serial winner on the PDC. You know, if you're negative mind and stuff, you won't be a winner. You have to be positive. And my first few years, I was probably in a negative way. You know, my body attitude, the way I acted, wasn't probably the best. I still have little times now and again that I'm like it, but that's just me trying to be as perfect as I can on the board and how well I know I can play. So I think just these slight little changes that I've implemented in, you know, my lifestyle, not just in my game, has probably helped to get me where I am right now.
Is that stuff that you've learnt yourself, or who do you look at as influencers who've helped you get to where you are right now?
I mean, my dad, 100%. You know, he's always been by my side, and my mum, my brother Stuart. You know, them three have been huge in my career. But you know, meeting my girlfriend Kaylee and, you know, my stepdaughter Gracie, they've helped me massively, because, you know, since I've been with them, it's been the first time I've been doing all these finals, you know, so having them in my life as well has helped me massively. You know, I'm going to be a father for the first time as well, and it gives me that little bit of something to drive for now. You know what I mean? It gives me something to drive for, it gives me something to look forward to, and, you know, I think that being a dad changes you, and obviously I ain't yet, but I will be, and that's another step in my life as well.
Lovely. Now go on then, hypothetically, World Grand Prix, the baby's overdue, you're gearing up for the final, an hour before, get the phone call, baby's coming, what do you do?
turn to Ricky Evans. I have to win quick, won't I? I think it'd all depend on the scenario now. If I felt like she was ready to give birth, and I'd just have to miss it really, wouldn't I? I'd have no choice, but you know, things that are quite uncoincidental, I don't think that would happen, but you know, if it did and she allowed me to play, I'd have to win in straight sets, wouldn't I?
Right, okay. So you got a backup plan, that's good. Very nice. It was only a few months ago, we were walking around Ellen Road and you were going, look, I want to be like Leeds United, I want to be in the Premier League. Well, you carry on like this, then you could be next year, couldn't you?
Well, yeah, definitely. I don't want to be one of them ones that keeps going on about it too much. You know, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. I don't think I put any pressure on myself, because if I did, I wouldn't be winning titles right now, because everyone knew I wanted to be in it last year. But I think it's one of them things that will happen one day. You know, it might be next year, it might be the year after, you know, it might be in 10 years' time. I just know I'll get in there one day. I think if I can pick up a major title this year, it'd be quite hard for the selectors to not want to put me in. But, you know, we're not really far into the year yet. I've got a long way to go, and if I carry on the way I'm playing, then yeah, I think I will be in it. But you know, it's going to take a few good TV tournaments and maybe win one to make sure the selectors can't deny me a spot. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. A lot to play for, and you know, I believe that one of them big majors could be mine.
Well, you view yourself then as right now being good enough to be a Premier League player? You're right up there with Van Gerwen and, say, Cullen, who's a new Premier League player. You believe that you're at that level now?
Well, I mean, if you was picking the Premier League for next year right this minute, I think I'd be in it. You know, I think I'm probably at the moment in form one of the top 5 players in the world. My ranking obviously isn't; it's 16, but form-wise, I think I'm in the top 5 at the moment. But that can all quickly change. You know, next month I could not pick up a win and all of a sudden drop out that. So if I can stay in the top 5 form players for the rest of the year, then I probably will be in it. And you know, I think sometimes I do doubt myself and I don't give myself enough credit, and you know, I doubt myself way too much, whereas I need to start believing now that I am one of the best players in the world, and that will help me along the way in games that sometimes I doubt myself in, you know, in big finals and stuff, that sometimes that has happened.
Well, you are into the top 16 in the world rankings. You actually turned up at the Pro Tour the other day and you were the #1 seed. What was that feeling like?
That was a very special feeling, actually. I was actually going to pull out because I was quite tired and had a slight little injury in my elbow, but you know, I wanted to go for that experience of being the #1 seed, and obviously it didn't go my way. But you know, I think the win on Sunday has probably put me in a position where I probably will be #1 seed again if Michael and Gerwen pull out of some more events, which they probably will. So you know, I'll probably get to experience that again. But it was a special feeling. You know, a feeling I probably didn't expect was going to happen this year, if not ever, to be honest. Yeah. So yeah, it was a special feeling for me.
Getting to the top's one thing, Luke. Staying there is quite another. But you've never been somebody who's been shy about your prospects and backing your own talent, have you?
I mean, for the last 2 or 3 years, I think a lot of sort of pundits have said, you know, he's one of the next best players. You know, he's going to do this, going to do that. But that comes with added pressure as well, because then people expect you to be doing what I'm doing right now. And it is hard, you know, because you know, when I got to the quarterfinal of the world my first year, you know, everyone was expecting me to go on and win a major straight away the next year, and it just takes time. It takes, you know, nurturing your talent, and you know, I still haven't reached the peaks of my power yet in the darting world. I think everybody can see that. You know, I do have some sloppy games here and there and sloppy legs and stuff, but if I can sort of win these tournaments without being in my peak of my career, you know, who's to say that, you know, in 5 to 10 years' time that I can't be the world #1? I definitely believe that's possible. At this moment in time, you know, I still don't think I'm consistently good enough to be #1 in the world, but 5 to 10 years' time, you know, I definitely believe I could be.
I know one of the answers you're going to give to this question, but I'm interested to know the others. Along with you, who the pundits have been talking up for a long while, who do you think are going to be the players that over the next few years we see consistently challenging the established names? If you're one of them, I know you're going to... Well, go on, give me the name.
Ryan Searle.
Ryan Searle. I knew you were going to say Ryan Searle.
Yeah.
Who else?
It's a hard one because, you know, I feel like someone's going to come from nowhere and just take that. You know, I think me and Ryan have always been decent players, but we've just come all of a sudden, we're starting to win titles for fun. You know, Ryan's getting to a lot of finals. He's even made more finals than me in the last sort of 18 months. So, you know, it's been quite a big rise for us both. You know, I think it's hard to say, but Joe Cullen, I just believe he's got something in him that could be magical. You know, I know he's already won a big title before, but it's hard to pick people that could be special and do something. You know, there's a lot of young talent out there. Keane Barry, definitely for sure. You know, he's already sort of shown a lot of bottle in that semi-final of the UK Open, but you know, at this moment in time, I think, you know, me and Ryan Searle and maybe Damon Heta as well are the 3 that I think could be challenging for major titles, apart from the top 8. See if I can nail one. Although the wind ain't helping.
Yes!
Best one of the day.
Luke Humphries, knocking it out the park. In golf and in darts. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.